Today is going to be an absolute banger like always, guys, because we've got the biggest account update to share with you all. Yes, you heard right, because we have gone to 43 million power in this latest Mightiest Governor event, which has pushed me to rank 71 in the total leaderboard for Empire 64, which honestly has made me buzzing, the fact that we're pushing closer and closer to that top 50 spot. And today I'm going to be showcasing all of this progression that we've done and answering a lot of questions you guys keep asking me on the comment sections, in live chat, and even during Discord and in game. So smash the like, comment, and subscribe, and let's dive into today's video. So the big one, as everyone is going to be excited about, and I want to say thank you to all of you guys congratulating me on each time we push through these T7 milestones, but this is going to be the final one because we've completed all the T7 research in the game. So all of my units are now T7, allowing me to actually work backwards now and actually finish off stuff like the health 1s, the attack 2s here, we got the health 2s, and you name it. I'm going to be able to complete all of that previous tech now to make sure my troops are hitting as hard as possible, and it will make testing in the future a little bit more easier, knowing that my units are as good as they can be with most of the other players that I could be testing with around my power. So I want to say thank you to all of you guys that have been on this journey with me and appreciated and love these account updates that we do on the channel, and obviously give you guys a little bit more of an insight behind the scenes on things that's going on. So just to kind of add into that little behind the scenes, what I am doing right now is a little bit of a cheeky one, and I'd recommend that you could have done something a bit different, which everyone should normally do. But what I am doing is I am actually completing my training speed 3, and I know this makes a bit of a confusion, like, why are you doing that, Sneaky? It's costing you 14, technically over 28 days in order to complete this done. And I'm like, I know, I get it, but, and this is where the big buts come in, since you guys love them, I'm getting the training speed, and I actually care about that 12% training speed, and I'm going to be doing the same thing over here on the 4 out of 5 to put that to 12% as well. And the reason why I'm doing this is just to maximize the amount of training speed without honestly busting my balls on like 40, 50 day timers that I could be using elsewhere, because these training speeds are going to be massively important in future Mightiest Governor event pushes, because as you guys will notice, being full T7 now, and in the Mightiest Governor event that this was a part of, I've been able to retrain up my archers back up to 265. I've converted all of my swordsmen, so I've got 233k T7 on the swordsman. When it comes to my pikemen, they are in paradise. They're on 284k with a 1k to promote over from the event, from obviously grinding it up. And then same with my cavalry, they're at the lowest at 228k, so they need the most love at the moment, especially because cavalry and archers are my 2 primary focused units. So having all that training speed is going to help me reclaim my account, and obviously allow me to fight more often, because I'm going to be able to train more troops, right? Which is kind of the goal of the game, let's be real. So that's the only reason why I'm doing that. You don't have to follow me, and I would recommend most players, especially if you're a free-to-play player, in the tech side of things, the fact that if you complete any of your techs, if you're a pikeman main, or if you're a cavalry main or an archer main, whatever your main march is, you should only focus on unlocking that T7 and then start doing all of your buffs. Just make sure your unit is hitting as hard as possible, and it will benefit you in the PvP spaces, right? So let's move on to the next part, which is obviously going to be heroes and formations, because yes, if you've not guessed it, we've unlocked Elizabeth the First on my account, and we've been able to do this through the Mightiest Governor event, through this obviously account progression push that we're going through today. I can show you the points at the end of the video for all you guys wanting to look. But when it comes to my account, the major progression, as many people might have seen on the weekend, and I'm going to kind of deep dive a little bit more in this video is I've been focusing obviously on my Arch of March, which is obviously my Mulan, Bellevue, and Mehmed. So if we check out this, you'll see there's a little bit of a difference. We don't have that full epic setup anymore on my Mehmed, nor do we have it on the Bellevue. We have 1-star legendary gear on them instead. They're level 60 still because we've been able to reset the gear and re-implement all that forging kicks. It's the same cost, and you can check out that video that I put out technically yesterday or the other day. It was the last video I've put out to do with resetting and going full legendary. And a lot of people were asking in the comment section, which I'll address quickly, when's the best time to do it? And the best and short answer is if you have a 3-star epic gear and you can replace this gear with a 2-star legendary gear, you're gonna be better off. And that is because when you've looked, and you can go back if you want quickly, rewind the video, pause it, come back, and welcome back if you have, you're gonna see 3%, 1.8 here on the unit capacity and archer health. And if you look at the other epic gear, it's going to be 1.5 and 900. And just kind of obviously confirming it, there you go, boom, bang, bosh, right? So it's always good to get the 2-star over the 1-star, even though you are still going to get double the value on even a 1-star piece of gear. But the 2-star is the most 2 important stats on the gear. So what I am able to do, and this is deep diving into my account progression now, returning to the video, is I'm going to reset on maybe live stream or something this gear, and we're going to do it again and put it all 2-star, because I'm going to be gaining 6 blueprints for each of these, plus all of the magma crystals for each of those pips for the 3 stars. And that's going to allow me to obviously 2-star Bellevue and a 2-star Mehmed. And that's going to honestly boost up so much capabilities of this match that the only thing I need to do in reality is level up. I need to level 80 and level 80 that gear. So that's going to be project 1. That's my main project, what I'm going to be doing. And in the meantime, what I have been doing on the side as my second project, a lot of you guys already know, is the Lubu March. And as you can notice, I am almost finishing that project of where it's at, which is going to be level 80 gear and then 2-star all the way across again. And I am going to reset the Lubu technically just to get these stars back, the same reason as the Mulan, to get the blueprints and the magma crystals, so I can actually 1-star properly this gear and 1-star this gear. And I'm going to do all of this, like I said, on a live stream this week, so you guys can see it happen and getting fixed live, because that will improve this match massively, as you guys can imagine, for my account. And then I'm going to be leveling up our good old Lofty Mountain. This is what we're working on, just to getting it to level 10. So all of my, legendary rings are at level 10 then. In terms of signet rings, the only thing I have done, just to give you guys an update, all of my rings, if you've noticed, I have bought the Ring of the Serpent, which we're going to discuss in a second, and that's going to be worked on next, because the last thing I did was my Ring of the Bear. I pushed it all the way to level 20, which is on my Mulan March, and it's honestly hitting like a fucking truck right now. So those are my main 2 things. So for my account in the future, I am going to be working on 2 marches once these 2 marches are completed, and that's on the gear and on everything else. And that's obviously going to be Ramses. My Ramses is going to be the next march I work on once I finish my archers. Once archers are complete, this is going to be my main kind of focus, and obviously with my Lubu. And this is because I'm getting archer and infantry here. So if I need to at certain points, if this is just outperforming my Mulan, I can just put on archer gear, swap the gems about to the right ones, and I've got a tactic pikeman march, because my Theodora is in that final stage to get the 5 stars, which is crazy. And I can be working on 5-starring Ramses, which is going to be a massive upgrade for this march. But for now, all I'm doing to keep things nice and simple for my account progress and to update you guys is I'm doing the skills. So you can see I'm already leveling up the skills. I did Charlemagne before, so I'm doing Ramses now, and then I'm going to finish off with Theo. So once I've done that, I don't actually have to worry about this match. It's basically gonna be in the same position then as my Miyamoto match or my, you know, Tribuana and Yoda. It's gonna be in that exact same position. So I could, in theory, run Ramses in my Apex Arena team over my Miyamoto and see how much better that is doing. So those are my main kind of things. My next match I'm going to be talking, as you guys will guess, is going to be Elizabeth. I know Cyrus is out, and I want to do a whole video on this, and I think maybe I could get someone online. So if there's a content creator that wants to talk about this with me, we could do it all in a video, which would be cool for a collab, right? I'm going down the tactical pikeman route, and I've got obviously Elizabeth here, and we do have Belisarius unlocked. This is going to be something we're going to have to work on really hard to get this online fast, right? And then we need to unlock even a shocker. So I am really far behind. But I truly do believe it's going to be the better pikeman match in the long term, especially with more and more powerful heroes coming out, just because of how powerful a shocker is. This control immunity is insane, and for tactical pikemen, there's going to be probably more better damage dealers and maybe future assimilation heroes like we've got here up at the top with our good friend Elizabeth, right? We might have another one of these heroes that's better than Elizabeth, and you can just mix match. And I think it's going to be better, but I do have the option, as many people will notice, of having a 3-star Mansa Musa with Ramcam, and as people have been running it, Cyrus, right? This is a lot easier to do. I only need the 100 you know, sculptures, I believe, if we go back into exchange. Yeah, 100 in order to get this done. But if you've noticed, I don't have any because I've been working on, as you guessed it, the Ramses. So I am debating what to do. I'm trying to figure it out on the pikeman side of things, but I am leaning towards tactical pikeman. But for the overall account progression, as you guys can see, I have been mainly working on this match to level up, and my main priorities has been this match for the gearing side of the stars, which we've been doing, and then obviously then my main archer match being the goat, and that's what we've gone really hard on, right? So that's what we're going to be finishing up on. So that's all of the formation updates and what we've been able to get, including Elizabeth here. So let's talk about some extra bits on the Mightiest Governor event that I had to push in order to obviously unlock Elizabeth here. We look at my Mightiest Governor event. Anyone who knows Empire 64 now, we do run fixed MGEs. I really don't want to hear any hate comments about it. You guys run your empires the way you run yours. We'll run the way we run ours. But it's enabled me to be able to get the Elizabeth in the first one. I wasn't actually going to do this. I was going to hopefully unlock Elizabeth on the second or third opportunity, but people didn't want her. People really didn't want her. So there was a lot more availability up. So I thought, why not just try and get a quick, cheeky unlock, which was able to do. And obviously to get 28.5 million power, you've seen I've done a massive amount of tech upgrade, which was my T7. Obviously upgrading heroes like my Ramses, Charlemagne, and even Theodora, up those star rankings and all of that jazz as well with gear and signet rings, you name it. That all contributes to the points, but the bulk obviously isn't that, right? A bulk of the points does come in form of the troops. So just to kind of showcase this and lead into the next section, which will be kind of beautiful when you see the transition, it's going to be obviously my counts now. So I've reclaimed 265k archers. Everyone would know I actually lost a shit ton of troops one Mightiest Empire because I went really dumb and I thought, fuck it, I don't care about my troops. So I rebuilt up. We're back up to 265k. On the swordsman, I was able to, as you guessed it, promote all of them to 233k. We're just on the last kind of pool here that we need to do, and they're done. And then when we come to our pikemen, they are really chilled. They are 284k. So what we're going to be doing now is actually training more and more T5 pikemen in preparation for future Mightiest Governor events to promote into the T7s, just for more point efficiency when it comes into things, right? So That's what we've been doing when it comes to basically our troops. Our cavalry is still suffering. These are the ones that we need to work on the hardest. That's what we're going to be doing mainly next. And all of this was obviously promoted into T7. That's where a bulk of the points came in. However, we got some more points to discuss, which was the war hall, the hospital, as well as actually my blacksmith. If you notice, all of them are now level 30, and if you maybe check some of my older videos and even live streams and stuff when I go into my main city, you'll see it, they're not that high. They were like level 28 and level 25, and I've got them all the way up to 30 in one go. And the reason I've done that is to speed up the process of obviously all of these. It's only 19, basically 20 hours now instead of the full day. Means you can get them done a little bit sooner, is what it is. And you can see I'm super empty right now because I went on that massive forging spree during the Mightiest Governor event, right? So that's kind of that. When it comes to the other buildings, the reason why I've done these is to actually help the second main push that I've done on my account, and that's what I'm going to be focusing now on the future. And this is why I was saying the transition is kind of perfect, because it's talking about the facilities area, which a lot of people have been talking about and asking me questions on. So this area, especially with the elephant rampage, and I do apologize to those guys that couldn't do it, I didn't realize this event was T7 only. Me being sneaky and me being, thoughtful, thinking the devs were smarter than they are, I thought it scaled. So I thought if you was a T6 or a T5 player, you'd be fighting T5 or T6 units in those elephants. So I do apologize for those that wasn't able to get it. Hopefully that gets fixed. But with the facilities, that did allow me to push all of my red. So my red is basically complete. I just need the last 900 on the shelter. That's going to give me my full side done. And then I can go on the blue side and finish this one. And this one shouldn't take too long, because you got to think, if I'm paying 900 right now for one, that's going to complete 2 to 3 of these ones easily. And same with these ones. It's going to actually help me progress quite quickly, so it's not going to feel that much of a burden to get down. And then we get Citadel Renovations, and many people have been asking about these Citadel Renovations and how to get level 140 heroes. So the thing is, you're going to need this Citadel Renovation, because when you go to the new Research Institute, you'll see the Forge Workshop and the Hall of Masteries need to be at level 5, right? And these all need to be then level 5. And if we go over here, your Citadel Renovation needs to be at least level 3, right? So in order to get these all done, you need 3, 3, 3, 5, and then you can unlock it. And that's the same on the other side too. So you've got a long way to go still to get those level 140 heroes, but by getting that new Research Institute, that's going to be your goal. And as you can imagine, for me, I think that's my next goal, guys. I think, and let me know in the comment section down below, obviously, you know how I'm working on the formations. The formations are fine, and obviously we can go back to the hero screen at the end of the video, but that's all good. The actual main focus now for me, I think, is my facility. Get this facility done as quick as I can for you, and on top of that, get my tech research done. So get all the pikemen 2, 3, and 1 done. All the buffs for the attack, defense, and HP. So that's all the stats ready. Because the thing is, Citadel Renovation is massive, because in my Governor event, as you guys remember now, I pushed these buildings, and these buildings help you massively. Apart from the blacksmith for renovation, you can ignore that one. But the war hall especially is important, because when you renovate this building, it's giving you a 2% damage increase, which might not seem much, but it goes all up to 10%, and that's for all of your units. So this one building, even if you're not the rally leader, if you want to say, for most people, if you're not, got a full war hall, I understand, right? You still need this building 30, because that's going to give you that 2% buff for either your swordsman, your archery, your pikeman, or your stable. Because when you renovate these buildings, you're getting that 5% defense buff for that specific unit, which scales to 25%, right? So it's really important to know, if you're a Lubu main, you're going to be needing to obviously focus on your T7 tech for your cavalry, Then you're going to be focusing on renovating the stable for that defense, but you're also going to be renovating this Warhol to get the damage increase for that march as well, because you're going to be missing out on that if you don't. Because the only other way you're going to improve your march any further is when you get the third research tab here. I can't see it at the moment because obviously I don't have it unlocked, but it will appear directly above the military logo, and you can check out other content creators like Blaine that did the full push to level 140, and it will showcase how much it costs and how brutal that end game goal is when you get to it. So that's all you need to know for that, right? So you can see for my account progression, guys, it's been a good day. It's been good. And like when we look at the whole rankings of the server now, I'm ranked 71. I am actually closing in on the big man himself, and I know he's not really playing as much these days just because he's really busy with other games on his channel, which he prefers, which is perfectly understandable, right? But we are catching up to the big man Chisgul. He's 44.7 million, and we are here at 43.1, which is kind of nice to see that I'm catching up to these big players and then getting into the top 50. That's my aim, to get into this top 50 bracket for our empire, because it will be honestly a really cool achievement to do that. And the only way I'm going to be doing that is through pushing that tech, doing my heroes and sorting out their gear, as we've talked about in today's video, and obviously focusing on that maybe one extra match later down the road and going into obviously our other buildings. So it's been a really good push for my account. The only other thing I can kind of show you guys, if you want to talk about it in the comments, if you like this type of stuff, is my Mercenary Tech. As you know, I did do 1 out of 5 on all of my things apart from infantry. But because I'm playing now, I'm planning on playing infantry, I'm going to be actually leveling it up, getting at least 1 out of 5 on it just to get it some merit to it, and obviously add towards the percentage here on the meter to get stage 2 unlocked. But during this push, I did go 3 out of 5 everywhere here on the archers, and what I am going to be doing is only unlocking my archer damage, health, defense, and attack, and I'm going to do it in that order. So I'll be doing 4 out of 5 for my archer damage, 4 out of 5 for my health, and then the defense, and then the attack, just in those orders. I just think the damage bonus is way better than the attack bonus, but we'll find out in later down the line if what one is better. That's just my opinion on it. But I do like this 4, and I'm going to ignore these, and I'm going to repeat that. I'm going to repeat that on the cavalry, and I'm going to repeat that on the infantry, because obviously my archer unit, as you guys saw, my archer heroes are the closest now to being completed. And you got to think, I have been multi-managing multiple heroes, multiple marchers, which is against the way everyone, including myself, tells you guys to be playing the game, which is focus on one march, get that march done, and then work on the next one, right? But by doing this, you can see I'm almost at my end goal, and because I'm almost at there, my Mulan march is almost complete with its level 80 gear and so on. So having that mercenary done next is going to help it, the most. Then obviously my Lubu is going to be the one I'm going to be working on secondary. So obviously having the cavalry tech done for them makes more sense for my mercenaries. But once they're done, obviously I can then work eventually on these guys, because this will be in a in a placement where it's going to have the tech, it's going to have the gear and the signet rings to basically run on the open field. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this type of video. I know you guys do like the account update videos that we do, showcase the progression of our account, and we've finally got our last T7 unlock and been able to get Elizabeth I and unlocked every hero in this brand new season. So in the future, if we need to, we can always go back and work on those heroes and showcase all the different variety of marches from past to present and into the future. So if you enjoyed this type of content, smash like, comment, and subscribe. Till the next one, guys, stay safe, stay sneaky. Peace out.